Al fin, después de tantos días, ya nos vamos a Sumeru. Estuve practicando un poco con mi cuenta principal, viendo cómo es el mapa, viendo cómo son los enemigos, cómo es la interacción de los nuevos personajes. Y bueno, vamos a ver qué tal nos va. Si vemos que nos pide mucho nivel, nos pasaremos a la cuenta principal para continuar la historia.
To Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who... But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements near... Wait a second! Look! There's someone... Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like... Hey there! We're not from around here. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions? Huh? What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Well, even so, she might be hiding some. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us. Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, look, she's sitting over there. What should we do now? Do we try? All right, then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Oh. What a look. It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now? Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... good question. Where are we? This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. No things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? That's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up. Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with...
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. So, how are you doing?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tighnari.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell on. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves in hopes of asking directions. That incense typically has no effect on most people. Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to...
Yes, Master Tighnari. Wait, hold on a second.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, so even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid... Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? With just a... Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could... could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Khaenri'ah already knows that what you saw— Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest, but it seems like asking Khaenri'ah might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should— Good idea! Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be—
But I have a vision too! Am I useless?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying— Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might—
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for—
Khaenri'ah, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading in—
Yes. So, Kale, Khaenri'ah mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be— They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities. As for Master, well, he has to handle more. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps, as we— Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean— Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing— Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know— that depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord— Huh? Greater Lord— Oh, is that the name— Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Siristana. Uh-huh. Then what happened? Well, and then— I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru? Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand. No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Anyway, you two know Amber, right? Wait, Amber? You mean— Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that there's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm. Sorry. Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little sorry. I was— It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're— Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed— In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion.
I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in— Yep. So please know that you two— I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away for—
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you— So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a...
You both have my thanks. Well, you two are up—
The Dendro Archon statue... Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that... Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit... Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. For now, let's focus on our job and clean up this... Huh? Wait a sec. Is it just Paimon, or was there something moving? Yeah, it was kind of small and round. You know, like a... It really freaked Paimon out. Whatever it was, we should probably... Actually, on second thought, maybe... Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back!
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a—
By the way, Kale, have you ever seen...
A creature that looks like a veggie? Well, I guess Master would say something like, all plants are living organisms, so they also fall under the category of creatures. Wow, fascinating! It almost sounds like an imaginary creature that you hear kids always talking about. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for anything like it. Oh, I almost forgot. Are you two hungry? I packed some food and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. Whoops!
Ah, no, you dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include—
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard—
Oh!
Kale, don't you think that Tighnari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his Master could obviously have a bright future in the academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed. Oh, speaking of Tighnari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you past. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die? It probably started to get under Master.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuine. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds flew by.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about...
Huh? Tighnari? What are you doing here? Where's...
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be...
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just... All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or, well, because Kale, and honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past, but she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a...
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, It's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, in its final stages, the disease strips a person.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that... However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but... Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful.
Oh, Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both...
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her...
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, though I must admit that Kale's condition was much... She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate... All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past,
Yeah, we'd like to do something to...
All right. But I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place.
No problem.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully mature, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose. There should be lunar lotuses growing. If you could manage to gather 4 of... We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered...
All right, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey, Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very... I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's calling your name!
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on... Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away.
Wait, Tainari! Why don't you let...
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding. As Amir said, only some—
That's right. If any of the forest, only someone with a vision can venture within a wither, but you don't seem to carry a—
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real—
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering— Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Where? Oh, look! Those plants have oh, Paimon.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience— You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Into the wind.
Rise. Fly. Faster. Okay, faster.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we need to take care of the tumor.
Motion to compel. Baboom!
Into the wind.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
We did it! Everything's returning to—
Yes, thanks to you two. We were—
Khaenri'ah? You make it sound like we did well, but why does—
It's that obvious, huh? Alright. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase—
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like— I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of— The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro— And as for the withering, it's emerged— That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken—
Oh, Tighnari, you all made it back. How did...
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tighnari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you?
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? All Paimon...
Yes, allow me to explain. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as I've got some emergency rations set aside for
Wait, you want us to bring her the ration?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a... But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tighnari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, when you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Earth. I could try to tell you more.
That sounds nice and all, but...
That was because when you ran into her... Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to get. No. I should be the...
Hypatia should still be in the cave.
Follow the wind.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super...